What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news, some more news concerning Tyson, the Gypsy King Fury. Tyson Fury said this in a recent article. He said that when I splatter Usyk, they're going to say he was too small. It was a mismatch. Tyson Fury is more than willing to fight the undefeated two-division champion who beat the other British star twice. The unbeaten WBC champion doesn't expect to get the credit he feels that he deserves for becoming an opponent to hand Alexander Usyk his first loss. Fury expects to face Ukrainian Usyk after he defeats Derek Chisora for the third time in December 3rd at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, either late February or early March. The 34-year-old Fury discussed the complaints that he believes that he'll hear after he beats Usyk during an interview with Queensberry Promotions. And he said, and I'll tell you now that people are going to say, I'll splatter Usyk, Fury said. They're going to say he was too small. It was a mismatch. He was never any good to Tyson. It was a mismatch, whatever. And then we move on. Okay. How am I supposed to get credit for beating a man half my size? It's all for me to lose and nothing to gain. Oh, he beat a guy half his size. Oh, Usyk beat the bodybuilder Joshua. Yeah. Well, you say the bodybuilder's son. He ain't no boxer. I said, we'll see. Proof is in the pudding. Usyk will be a walk in the park, and I will butcher him and let me counterpunch. I think Tyson Fury, if he's a Spartan, he shouldn't be worried about what people think if he's already let out there and expressed that he doesn't care what people think. He doesn't care about legacy. He doesn't care about wanting to be the best at one time. So you can pick anything that Tyson Fury can say and just use it against him, because when he says stuff like this, it's like, okay, what are you worried for? That's the person that has the belts that you once had that you got from Klitschko. Klitschko lost it. Well, then you lost them. And then they all went back. Anthony Joshua picked them all up except for one, which was the WBC, which he ended up getting from Wilder. Okay. And then Wilder lost them to him. And then he lost them to Usyk. Now it's time for you to get them back. I think he should look at it more of that instead of, oh, what are people going to think someone half me size? First of all, he's not half his size, but he's a lot taller. But Tyson Fury's taller than anybody, so I don't really get the, premeditated, what you would have ridicule from other people. You're like, why would you even talk about that? You beat the best, then you beat him, then you beat Joe Joyce, then you fight Anthony Joshua, then you beat everyone basically in this era except Andy Ruiz, and if he wants to fight Andy Ruiz, he can do that too. But if he beats Usyk, he beats Joe Joyce, and he beats Joshua, he's beat everybody in his era. His era, not anyone else's era. Because Usyk and Joe Joyce, again, they're older than Joshua. But Joshua can't be in his era if they're not. That makes no sense at all. So I think Tyson Fury should worry about getting the job done, and this is not really a good thing, though. I'm going to tell you why. What happens if Tyson Fury, when he's talking all this shit, loses to Alexander Usyk off points? What if he's not allowed to do that clubhouse, grab him, hold him with one arm and hit him with the other shit? Like, what if he can't do that in this fight? What if the referee's keen on that type of shit? What if they've already alerted, hey, Tyson Fury's known to be a dirty fighter. Don't let him hang on my fighter. You know what I mean? Says like Papachenko. Don't let him do that to our fighter. That's not fair. We won't do that to him. We won't put him in the headlock. We won't do these dirty tactics. We won't do these sneaky tactics like Malik Scott has said before, right? What if he's not able to do that and all he's left with is his boxing ability and that other guy's boxing ability? What does he do then? You know what I mean? That's great. Yeah, you could hit Wilder, but where's Wilder's defense compared to Usyk's? People are not really looking at this fight like they should. But like Tyson Fury says, the proof is in the pudding. It's in the pudding. So he's just going to have to prove that he's that. He's going to have to splatter Usyk now because he's talked it up how easy Usyk is now. So he's setting himself up for possible failure. And then when that comes, he's going to be a laughing stock. He's going to go down as an SOB. Why? Because he shouldn't have talked all that shit. He shouldn't have looked at Usyk and said, I'll take him out. Instead of realizing that, look, Steve Cunningham was one of my toughest fights. Maybe he does. Maybe he's just saying this for shits and giggles. Maybe. But then again, maybe he's not. Because like I said, pride cometh before the fall. And if he's sitting up prideful thinking that I'm going to beat this guy and I don't need much training, I don't need this guy's half my size, he's a middleweight, he doesn't belong in the ring with me, he beat the bodybuilder and the bodybuilder ain't worth shit, but you fail to realize that he ain't fought the bodybuilder either. He ain't fought Joe Joyce, he ain't fought Ruiz, he ain't fought Pulev. Okay, the only people that he's fought was White, Wilder, and Vladimir. Okay, and he's dusted Wilder for the third time last year, and White as of recently, his last fight. Okay, but White, okay, he's been beaten already twice, knocked out twice. He just did the same thing someone else did. Then as far as Wilder, he was the first to do it, but he was the only one to do it. You know, what happens if someone knocks out Wilder again? Then it won't be that significant. You can forget about Vladimir Klitschko. It's too long ago. Okay? Because Joshua pretty much finished what he started. So, I mean, there's nothing that really sticks out for Tyson Fury. And if he loses, people will then look at, well, damn, who has he really beat besides Wilder and White? Damn, how good is he now? And then everybody's going to start ridiculing Tyson Fury, you know? But that's what happens when you say you're the best of all time, claiming to be best in any era at any time. You know? That's what happens when you do that type of shit. You know, because that's what happens when you get prideful. You get boastful. You know, you get to the point, oh, I'm so far apart from these other fighters that it's ridiculous. They have no clue of what to do when they get in the ring with me. Like, they didn't train like you. You know what I mean? So Tyson Fury, saying what he says, he's going to have to prove that he's a special fighter at this point. Which makes it that much intriguing. Because if Tyson Fury actually is able to pull it off, he will be exactly what he said he was. The Gypsy King. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think of Tyson Fury saying that I won't get credit for beating little ass Usyk. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace!